What's your favorite fast food joint? If you didn't say Burger King, you're not alone. To some, BK has a reputation for being kinda gross. But how deep does the rabbit hole go? Keep watching to find out. You won't believe what one unsuspecting customer pulled out of their breakfast sandwich. Burger King's intention was probably a noble one when it decided to interview expecting mothers and really find out if pregnancy-related cravings were legit. A majority of those surveyed, about 58%, said it was as true as the baby bump. A further 76% even said that they were absolutely powerless when it came to resisting these cravings. Burger King dug in further to understand what kind of food they craved. The responses included a range of taste combos that practically no chef would ever dare to experiment with, such as combinations of olives and vanilla ice cream, fish sticks and applesauce, and bratwurst and chocolate spread. The chain's Berlin location introduced a set of 9 limited edition Whoppers with these gag-worthy combos in the period of time leading up to Mother's Day 2022. Seeing the atrocity between the two buns, the folks on Twitter didn't hesitate to show their repulsion, with one calling it a, quote, nightmare, and many others saying it made them feel a little icky. Whether the Whoppers helped with expecting mothers' cravings or not, seeing curried bratwurst and pickled herring or cake with beef together in one disgusting package did cause some of us to lose our appetite. In 2020, Burger King came up with an ad showcasing a gross-looking Whopper covered with blue-green mold, daring to dub the advertisement "The Beauty of No Artificial Preservatives." Only, many saw no beauty in it at all. In fact, a quarter of the consumers who saw the ad were seriously turned off, as per advertising analytics company Ace Metrics. Ads are supposed to get people itching to buy the product, but this particular ad by Burger King had the viewers calling it gross. But not all the dough that the company spent on the ad went to waste. In fact, it drove home the point that Burger King was trying to make, that it was getting rid of artificial preservatives in its food. A 2019 YouGov study showed that millennials and their parents preferred organic products. So, the ad was Burger King's way, gross though it may be, of showing that it was listening. Some who watched the eyesore even thought the ad was Burger King taking a dig at its rival McDonald's. That chain's burgers have shown to go as long as 10 years without developing any yucky mold. That led many consumers to question the use of preservatives and other additives in fast food. Still, whether or not that was Burger King's real intention doesn't change the fact that the 45-second ad was a tough watch. In 2009, a model spoke out against Burger King Singapore for using her face on a sexually suggestive ad without her consent. If you are struggling to connect the dots between a burger chain and naughty advertising, allow us to explain. In order to promote a certain menu item, called the Super 7-Incher Burger, the company thought it would be witty to give the sandwich a phallic twist. While the image itself was enough to make anyone cringe, the racy ad made it all the worse with even more suggestive text. Though the ad had some of us whisper a soft, "Ew." The model who was featured in the raunchy ad was absolutely livid. She called for a boycott of Burger King and posted a YouTube video lambasting the chain's advertising agency for what she deemed to be public humiliation. What did the chain have to say for itself? Just a weak defense that the ad was never intended to run in the United States. No one, except perhaps your doctor, is ever really interested in knowing the hue of your bowel movements. So then why was the Twitterverse filled with people discussing the color of their dookie around Halloween 2015? Well, we're looking at you, Burger King. The chain's idea of a Halloween celebration involved launching a Whopper that was made with black buns. There was nothing spooky about the burger in and of itself, but the real scares came the next day. Diners witnessed a rather unusual phenomenon while attending their nature's call the next morning, a sight that could have been most alarming indeed. Many took to social media to talk about what was typically considered TMI, their green-hued excrement courtesy of that dye-filled bun. Some poetically referred to their BMs as being as green as the Irish countryside after a quenching rain, or, quote, like kryptonite. It was nevertheless gross in the extreme. In response to the posts, doctor and nutritionist Pamela Riley clarified that a green poop wasn't a dire health issue, and the chain confirmed that the dye amount was within the acceptable level suggested by FDA. However, it was too little too late, and the damage had already been done. Associating every bite of a burger with poo is enough to make anyone heave.
Come on!
A video showing a mischief of rats running around inside a bag of hamburger buns in a Burger King kitchen in Wilmington, Delaware was nothing short of a nightmare come true. After the video was posted by a Facebook user, Delaware Health and Social Services officials showed up at the restaurant. They found that the situation was even worse than expected. Mouse droppings were seen next to the fryers, the ice machine, water heater, syrup soda boxes, and all over the hamburger and chicken sandwich rolls. Citing the unhealthy conditions, the officials shut down the place for a serious cleanup. Unfortunately, that wasn't the only case of rats infesting Burger King kitchens. In 2019, a similar video showed rats at a Burger King in Harlingen, Texas. It was so bad that the chain filed a lawsuit against the location's franchisee, who operated as many as 37 units in South Texas. When the store had reopened, it offered free Whoppers to customers. While a kind gesture indeed, can a free Whopper succeed at helping people unsee the image of those scampering rodents? We think not. A Burger King employee's idea of a 25th birthday celebration was to dunk himself in a utility sink filled with soapy water during his work shift. The problem is, that sink is where all the food equipment used at the chain is cleaned up. Not only is this gross, but it's also a serious violation of the health code that could have contaminated equipment and given customers a case of food poisoning. The employee uploaded the video to his MySpace page that showed him naked. He also kept referring to himself as, quote, Mr. Unstable. He sure must have been just that in order to carry out bathing in a restaurant kitchen during work hours. Obviously, the employee who was bathing, the employee who was recording the event, and the shift manager were all let go from the chain. As per the company's statement, the sink was sanitized and the utensils that were used by the employee in the video were discarded. The whole location was checked over by an inspector from the county's health department as well. Yet, all those who saw the video might need more help cleaning that memory out of their brains. If some items are not your top choices at a Burger King, thank your taste buds for saving you from consuming what may be stale food. As alleged by a Redditor claiming to be a Burger King employee, the less popular the item, the more probability there stands of it not being fresh. These menu items include chicken nuggets, fish items, and even the chicken fries. Another Redditor who claims to be a Burger King worker said, "Never, never, never buy the Whopper Jr. Not enough people buy them, so they just sit out and go bad." They added that since it takes a while to make a Whopper Jr. from scratch, managers tell the staff to simply use the old patties. It's the same case with the fish-based menu items. One Redditor went on to say the following about Burger King's fishy fillets. "We had the same 2 or 3 fish fillets in the warmer for entire days sometimes." Yet another Burger King employee added the following to the discussion on Reddit. "I've seen steakhouse patties sit in the warming trays for 6+ hours until being served."
Ew, gross!
You know what else is gross? Ah, broke a damn blood vessel!
A certain Burger King location in Missouri was so unclean that it forced multiple employees to call it quits. The staff also resorted to picketing in front of the eatery to warn potential customers of the extremely unclean conditions inside the restaurant's kitchen. It turns out that there was black mold near the dish shelf, on the lids of freezers, around the main cooking station, and on the grill. What's more, employees also had to deal with sewage water overflow, clogged kitchen drains, a ceiling that leaked, gut-churning grease buildup in some parts of the kitchen, and more. But what's worse is that the management required them to work in these unsanitary conditions. Employees alleged that they were also made to continue to serve the blissfully ignorant customers, despite the health risk. According to one former worker, they were asked to simply cover up the mold before a health inspection. At one point, the employees banded together and walked out of the restaurant, even telling drive-thru customers about the black mold issue as they exited the premises. Seeing a used needle anywhere is gross, but imagine biting into one in a burger. While just the thought can have you shivering, the unfortunate truth is that it's really happened to some people. A couple of Burger King customers experienced the stomach-turning horror in 2001 when a mother of 2 from the Bronx bit into her sausage and egg sandwich only to have a needle pierce her cheek. She sued the chain for $9 million. She was consumed with the fear that she had caught a serious disease like HIV, but was too scared to get tested. The incident reportedly also affected her relationship with her fiancé and kids. In yet another incident almost a decade later, a veteran bit into a Burger King triple stacker in Hawaii. A needle that was inside the meal hurt his tongue and small intestine, sending the man to the hospital. A syringe was not the only sharp object that Burger King customers have had issues with. A Burger King employee wrote in a Reddit AMA that a, quote, stapler fight among the employees resulted in some stray staples settling on a customer's burger. That customer later returned to the restaurant with serious complaints, though it's not clear that any legal action was taken. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more mashed videos about your favorite fast food restaurants are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.